Hi, this is Dana Taylor. The following article first appeared on my website, supernaliving.com. It's based on an experience I had in the fall of 2021. It's entitled The Cat, a Vase, and a Burglar, a tale of divine protection. Crash! The unmistakable sound of breaking glass grabbed my attention as I wiped down the elegant kitchen marble countertops that October day last fall. I turned around in time to see our 5-month-old Bengal kitten Shadow hightail it out of the living room and disappear up the second-story stairs to her hideout. Drat that cat! Of course, I quickly blamed myself for not removing the beautiful blue and gold scalloped vase from the mantel in the first place. She was growing every day, leaping and exploring her new home. I sheepishly dreaded having to tell my housemaid and homeowner, Connie, that her lovely vase now lay in smithereens across the shiny hardwood floor because of my carelessness. Of course, I could put that off, as Connie was currently on vacation in Italy, far away from this house on the hills of San Jose, California. Frankly, at the time of the vase break, I was a bit miffed at my spirit guides for not telling me to remove it. It had crossed my mind, and yet I had not taken the simple precaution and saved the vase. I'm an intuitive, sensing guides and angels ever around me, helping me navigate the daily functions of life. I rely on their guidance for everything from parking spots to knowing the exact day to place a Craigslist ad in the San Jose area for a place to stay in the middle of a pandemic. Connie just happened to be browsing the listings, checking out kitten postings. Well, she got me that day instead of a cat. It would be several months before Shadow joined the household. People remark on my magical life. At the moment of the crashing glass, it seemed the guides had let me down. Well, as it turned out, allowing the vase to break may have saved my life. 2 nights later, I had finished dinner, cleaned the kitchen, and headed up to my room. Being alone in the house, I had turned off all the downstairs lights. My room faced the street and was the only lighted area. By 9 o'clock, I'd changed to PJs and set up my iPad in the landing at the top of the stairs in front of my bedroom. I was doing some yoga. I turned off the bright overhead lights, preferring the softer light through my bedroom window, when suddenly my boho beautiful routine of stretches and zen poses was rudely interrupted by the sound of breaking glass from downstairs. What is that cat doing now? I thought. Cascades of breaking glass kept falling and falling. Good grief! Has that cat toppled the television? Is she running amok, sending artwork flying across the living room? Well, infuriated, I headed toward the stairs. And just as I reached the first step, a figure of a man rounded the dark corner, about to mount the stairs. Without forethought, I assumed an incredible Hulk stance and bellowed out, "Get out!" followed by deep growls. Truly, I sounded positively demonic. Guttural roars continued even after he had turned around and dashed away like the proverbial bat out of hell. I only quieted after I heard a car tear off down the street. I stood at the top of the stairs, blinking. Did that just happen? Have I just scared away a burglar? To say something came over me is an understatement. In that moment, when I saw that guy, I felt big and powerful. Like I could kick his ass. Well, the rest of the evening unfurled with efficient aid and protection. I'd recently gotten the phone number of a helpful neighbor up the street, Mike, and he answered my call immediately. When I said there'd been a break-in, he replied, "I'll be there in 5 minutes." Mike helped me deal with the police I'd called, and then he boarded up the gaping hole in the French door. Mike is a real stand-up guy. I also had a key to the unoccupied house of my daughter's in-laws that was only a mile away, so I didn't have to sleep in the invaded house again. Looking back, I can see grace and provision every step along the way of the whole episode. I think back on that experience with wonder. All in all, it was empowering to know that I won't fall apart in a crisis. My guides and angels totally came through. One theory about such things is that certain events have a high probability in the field as they get closer in time. The breaking of the vase 2 days earlier planted an assumption of a mischievous cat in my mind, not a scary home-invading robber. Had my guides seen the potential of the break-in and allowed, or even encouraged the cat to break the vase and thus set up my mindset? And who or what came through me as I took command at the top of those stairs? Well, you might be wondering if the police found the culprits. Maybe. The thieves' activities in the neighborhood were captured on several security cameras and pieced together, which included reading a license plate from the car. I'm hoping I maybe scared the would-be burglar away from a life of crime. One can always hope. In any case, I am grateful to my spiritual team for their guidance and support. And I'm especially grateful to that naughty cat for breaking the vase. The end.